Welcome, everybody. This session is going to be about ASO and how ASO helps every part of your business. And I would like to welcome Aviva from yellowHEAD. Please enjoy.
Thank you. So a quick intro, yellowHEAD is a performance marketing company, and we offer ASO, SEO, PPC, and creative services. And I'm Aviva. I'm head of the ASO department, and I've been working in ASO for almost 5 years now. And yellowHEAD was actually one of the first companies to start offering ASO as a service. So we are very happy to be here and to share some of our insights. And of course, really happy that all of you could join, so thank you. So because I only have 15 minutes here, we'll start with a brief overview, very brief overview of what ASO is. So ASO, or App Store Optimization, has many realms, but the focus is usually on everything that has to do with three main aspects. And these are search optimization, which is similar to SEO. So in that sense, we do keyword research and we target popular, relevant keywords so that the App Store search algorithms will make your app more visible to more users' search queries in the app stores. And then there's conversion optimization, where we use A/B testing through various different methods to improve the look, feel, and the message of your app page. And then there's localization, which basically applies both of these two aspects to different geos. And that's using local keyword research and culturalizing the graphic assets for A/B tests. And all of these areas ultimately work to increase your organic installs, specifically through search optimization, and your overall conversion rate. And this is the conversion rate for all incoming traffic and all visitors to the app page, not just the organic ones. And the overall result of reaching these goals is a lowered cost per install. And I'll walk you through that in a minute. Now that we know what can be gained generally through doing the hard work of ASO, it's important to consider who should take ownership within your organization. And because ASO does require resources, mainly time for research, monitoring, and analysis, as well as design costs, we would suggest assigning it to the department that has the most to gain. Now, this can vary from product to product, of course. So the discussion today that I'll be taking you through is more to give you a broad understanding of how the different teams can benefit from ASO. From our side as a third party working with many different developers and organizations, we've had a wide variety of points of contact in charge. And it is such a wide range because ASO relates and can benefit to many different areas of both product and marketing. Or if you're at the stage where you currently aren't doing ASO, well, without proper evaluation, it can be assumed to fall outside the realms of responsibility by both product and marketing teams and easily get overlooked, which is simply bad for everybody. After all, conversion rate optimization is for all traffic sources, as I mentioned, which affects the performance of your marketing teams. There are many different traffic sources in marketing efforts that ultimately drive app installs, some of which are organic and some of which are paid efforts. All of these efforts and investments lead to one crucial conversion point, and that's the app page. Conversion optimization of this one page is one of the main focuses of ASO. If it's not optimized properly, you may be wasting your investments in many of these marketing efforts. And for example, we can see here some sources of traffic. On the left at the top, we have in-store organic search. Then we have Google Web Search. We have an ad. We have a YouTube trailer video. And we have the website itself. And you can see that they're all clickable, and this click eventually leads to the app page. So here's where the decision is ultimately made. Now, how do we do conversion rate optimization for all traffic sources? We can segment the conversion rates by channels and monitor the effects. Moreover, when we're doing A/B testing, we're testing all the traffic to ensure the best overall conversion rates. A/B testing for the different aspects on the app page has been proven to bring a significant uplift to the CVR overall. And here's an example of one of a seemingly minor change to an icon where we added offline. This was a test we did in Google Play experiments, and even that change resulted in an almost 12% increase in overall CVR. Now let's be a little bit more conservative than 12% and assume hypothetically that we have a 1% improvement on click to install conversion rate. This 1% increase in your UA campaigns, going from 40% to 41%, in this hypothetical example, would be the equivalent of 1,000 more users installing the app for the same ad spend. Or if you want to look at it differently, that 1% improvement means you will be optimizing your ad spend by 4%. Now remember the search optimization and the localization that we spoke about before? Here's another realistic hypothetical case. If we do optimization and localization and manage to increase organic installs by 10%, in this case, that means 4,000 new users will install, and this happens. To give that a dollar value, if you would have acquired these users through the same UA campaign, it would have cost you 10% of your ad spend. Now, if we put both of these efforts together, and which is basically what ASO is about, always working on improving search optimization, localization, and conversion optimization, that 1% lift in conversion optimization and the 4,000 organic users, your total spend has now been optimized by 12% simply by doing ASO. Now, if you have an associated website that is SEO optimized, you can drive downloads from there too, of course. But again, the traffic needs to have an effective app page to finally convert that traffic. And here we circle back to ASO's conversion optimization efforts as well. Moreover, when ASO takes hold and you gain visibility throughout the app stores, getting featured, entering category rankings, you also build brand awareness. And this brand awareness is also felt on web search, as the apps start showing up in web search results. In fact, apps get substantial traffic from organic Google web search as well. And you can see here example. By raising brand awareness on web as well, you're actually helping your overall SEO efforts associated with the brand. Now, as for all the investment in content and PR, just consider the effort and resources dedicated to press releases, video trailers, social media content, and your website or blog. If the ultimate goal is downloads, again, the conversion funnel ultimately rests on the shoulders of the App Store page. Conversion optimization is therefore crucial here too for gaining the best return on your investment. As for product, what do those teams stand to gain from ASO? Well, first of all, more users, which is the ultimate goal. And there needs to be a two-way conversation here. A quality product is what the stores are looking to display and promote. They want happy users. So the marketing teams need a good product in order for ASO to work. Meanwhile, the product team can gain many data insights and tools to improve the product. So it's a win-win situation. For example, the product might have had bugs or high crash rates or a weak direction at first and suffered user churn. Through the app page, you can re-engage with those users and convince them you've changed. New features or events that the product team has slaved away in development, they gain finally a front stage in getting featured on the app stores. And so that even churned or sleeping users can be inspired to give it another chance. And a proper ASO approach will focus on these in-store opportunities as well. In addition, the reviews that are left on the app pages are vital to the product team, with lots of insights to be gleaned, anything from technical issues to design, Part of ASO is keeping tabs on this source of content so that the product team can be optimizing for what the users want. It's basically an App Store equivalent of the old school focus group. And meanwhile, the marketing team too can use reviews to understand which features to promote, incorporate those learnings and vocabulary into the marketing content, and speak in the language of the happiest users, which through A/B testing has proved to be an effective approach. And here we come back again to the overlap between the benefits ASO can provide for both product and marketing. To summarize, we looked at a high level at the goals of ASO in and of itself and for other marketing efforts to increase organic search visibility and improve conversion rates for all traffic that arrives at the App Store page. As a result of these efforts, the overall cost per install goes down, overall brand awareness increases, and your ROIs soar. So how to choose which team should take ownership? Investigate first what each team stands to gain in terms of return on investment, and help them understand it too. After they understand how their own KPIs can increase, they'll be fighting to take ownership. Just make sure it doesn't get ignored, because then everybody loses. And of course, we're here to help guide you and your teams, so feel free to reach out to us for advice or to hear about ASO for your app. And I'd be happy to take a couple questions. If we do run out of time, then we can keep chatting in the Q&A section of our booth. Thank you.
Okay, so if anyone has any questions, please write them into the chat or the Q&A tab. We have 3 more minutes, so I think there is room for at least one question.
Perfect. And I put in the sticky notes my email and also the link to the booth if anyone wants to contact us. There's no questions.
No questions so far.
I guess it's a good sign.
It was really straightforward and informative, so I guess all good.
Good. Hi, Narissa.
There is one more. Just wondering if you can explain more how to use benchmarks as a product team.
So within the consoles, actually, the Google Play Developer Consoles and App Store Connect, you're given many benchmarks about crash rates, you versus your peers. Now in Google Play, you can actually define who your peers are, which apps you want to be compared to. So that's actually a really good tool to measure yourself against the competitors. On App Store Connect, there are benchmarks as well, but there you can't define. I think it's just you against the category.
Okay, one more question from Pedro. How long does it take to see the results?
It depends what you mean by results. If you're talking about increases in keyword rankings, then sometimes we can see it immediately. Sometimes we give it a few weeks to be able to be crawled properly through by the algorithms. In terms of installs, it really depends on the app. But I'd be happy to give you kind of an evaluation on your particular case.
Okay, and I have maybe one question. If the app is or the game is new on the Play Store, how long does it take to appear in the search results? For example, when you are typing the keywords.
Not long, actually. Google Play tends to want to promote newer apps. There's like a new section even. So pretty soon after.
Okay, thanks. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you very much for the presentation and for questions, and enjoy the rest of the day.
You too. Take care.
Bye-bye.